The Niagara Ice Dogs have finished training camp and moved into the preseason. We caught up with head coach Billy Burke to ask him what he thought of the players' conditioning and the intensity of the camp.
I was very impressed with training camp. Obviously, it was a long time coming. Didn't quite know what to expect. Had high hopes for the young guys, high hopes for the returning guys, and everyone that we had penciled in to be on this team made a step. Some guys more than others. They actually jumped up the depth chart, but really just wanted to see what we had and where we were at after the shutdown, and couldn't be more proud of the effort that the players put in and how they showed up here.
Is that something that's difficult to evaluate as a coach because these guys have had so much time off?
Yeah, you don't quite know what to expect. Obviously, they're very driven athletes, high end athletes, and they understand that if they're not working as hard as they can, someone else is, and then their spots could be taken from them pretty quickly. But I think the big thing is for the last 18 months, guys have done a lot of individual training, a lot of skill training, a lot of focusing on their own game. So then now we come back into a team setting. There is a little bit of an adjustment period to get back into systems, get back into playing full contact. So it's all those things that in a normal year you probably wouldn't spend a lot of time on, but it is a different circumstance, and you are seeing that a little bit. So it's just important to keep that in mind when we're working through systems and when we're doing battle drills. Everyone's excited, but we have to make sure that we're doing it clean and doing it with respect.
Now, you've got a lot of 04s and 05s stepping up, especially in your forward group this year. How long will it take you as a coach to really understand these players and know what they bring to the table each night?
Yeah, I think we got a good introduction to them during the training camp week, to see where they're at in relation to their peers and our returning players, and they did great. And then obviously things have ramped up this week with us inputting systems and doing more 5-on-5 stuff. So you definitely noticed it. You saw the young guys a little wide-eyed that first day of systems practice, kind of like, wow, we're in this now. It's not just summer hockey. It's not just scrimmages anymore. And that can be a big divider. Sometimes guys' hockey IQs aren't quite as high as you had hoped or as high as you thought they were during the inter-squad scrimmages. Saying that, by the end of practice, the 04s and the 05s had it humming like the older guys. So just a very elite young group of players that as they grow and build the core of our team over the next couple of years, we definitely have some great foundational pieces that we can build around.
What are you looking for from this team in the preseason?
I just want to continue to come together. I hope to see a reflection in the exhibition games of some of the things that we've been working on in practice. Some of the culture things that are important to us. Being a hardworking team, a positive teammate, we'll kind of go from there. It's very much baby steps. We are still just ecstatic to be back. Very proud of the group of players we have. So I think it's going to be a fun year for us. Not a lot of pressure. We just want to play and grow as a group and get back into the swing of things and see what happens.
You got 27 guys on the roster right now. Are you expecting to carry that number pretty much throughout the preseason?
We'll probably realistically that number's high. So it's kind of I don't want to say easier cuts, but the more expected cuts have happened to this point. Now the next couple of weeks, getting down to that final number, whatever it might be, 25, 24, 23, we'll kind of let the players, force our hand in that regards. Guys are being pushed. The older guys, I'm very impressed with. They are not letting these young guys take their spots, and these young guys are coming. So it's a great balance right now, and just got to continue to come together be the best team we can.
And you talk about competitive positions. One of the most competitive positions, I think, for the Ice Dogs will probably be in net. Is it possible to carry 3 goalies this year? You've got a lot to choose from.
Yeah, for sure. No, we have no problem handling 3 goalies. Joey Costanzo's a young guy, a young goalie, a 16-year-old goalie, and every 16-year-old goalie that comes into the league has their growing pains. It's the reality of the situation. It's an excellent league, and it can be hardest on young goalies and young defense. Tucker Tynin obviously is coming off a life-threatening injury. He looks great, but how can he handle the everyday grind? And Josh Rosenwig has matured and grown as a person, as a player, maybe more than anyone else on this team. So he's being a fantastic teammate in the dressing room, and he more than backs it up every time we're on the ice. So I love our goalie room right now. Jason Barron has been an incredible addition to our staff. It gives us all a lot of confidence when we can see our goalies working hard and looking so good.
Now, I was going to ask about Tucker and his conditioning. Obviously, after the injury, he's been off for quite some time. Is that something that you and the coaching staff are going to have to try and manage early going?
Yes, between our coaches, our goalie coach, our strength and conditioning coach, Nick Tambury, it's very much at the front of our minds. We don't want to overload him too quickly. Again, he's no different than a lot of the players. Spent a lot of time in the gym, working on, on his individual game. Even as the goalie, which is a very individual position within the sport, it's still much different when things are happening. You got 10 guys out on the ice, multiple options. The mental side of things for goaltenders can be underrated a little bit. The drain that can be. So it's all these things that he can handle. Tucker Tynin is built differently, so he can handle these things. But it's important that as much as he wants it all right now, we need to make sure that we're giving him the best chance to succeed.
And as far as the overage situation goes, obviously that's something that's probably going to be pretty fluid throughout the preseason, I would guess.
Yeah, so we're down to 3 overagers right now with Dakota Betts, Mason Howard, and AJ Cook. So we like those guys. I like what they bring to the room. I like what they bring on the ice. So we'll go with them. Obviously, the reality of being in OA is it is very cutthroat, unfortunately. So we have a job to do, and we are always open and always looking to improve our team. But at the same time, you don't want to make a move just to make a move. Don't want to make a change just for the sake of it. I'm very impressed with the 3 OAs we have here, their leadership, their on ice, and what they bring to this organization. So as of today, I'm very happy with our OAs.
And finally, when you look at this team's leadership group, how difficult is it going to be for the coaching staff and Joey Burke to get involved and pick the right leader going forward? You got a few veterans on the team, but you also have a lot of that core youth that you can move through. So somebody like Pano Femis, is it easy to just turn this team over to Pano Femis and say it's yours and carry the ball?
He certainly is an exceptional person and an exceptional player. He's mature beyond his years. It feels like he is 19 already, so I definitely see him as a leader already. He does a great job just coordinating, helping out other high school players. But I think that goes to part of the culture which we draft is, we try to draft high character guys. And, Pano is a perfect example of everything that we want to bring in here. But saying that, it's his first year in the league, and it's difficult. It doesn't matter who you are. I remember Connor McDavid had a bit of a learning curve. It lasted about 20 minutes, but he still had a learning curve. So it's a difficult league. We'll see how things progress. If he gets a letter this year, if he doesn't, he'll still be a leader and have a voice in our room. But I think when it comes down to picking the guys that will wear the letters, we're in no rush to do that. I like to go with older guys in that situation, and from what I've seen from the 01s, the 02s, and even some of the 03s, it's been tremendous leadership qualities. So we're in no rush to name a captain. We're in no rush to name assistant captains. It's going to be a daily thing, a weekly thing, and but so far everything I'm seeing, it's not talk. Guys are backing things up with actions, and I love it. When your older guys can truly be an extension of what you want to see and how you want people treated, makes me proud of these guys, and it's unbelievable to see. Again, last time we played, these guys were young guys, and now they're men and they're leaders, and they're very responsible, mature guys. And I know whoever it ends up being, there'll be guys that have tremendous leadership qualities that don't have letters who will also be leaders in our room.
The IceDogs will start the home portion of their preseason September 18th against the Guelph Storm. You can catch the last 2 home preseason games on September 25th and October 2nd right here on your TV.